came as a shock to many, but not everyone. KTVO's Crystal Langston spoke with Republican and Democratic Party officials in Adair County today and got their reaction to what they think will happen next.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
Not even 72 hours after President Donald Trump spoke these words at the first presidential debate between he and Democratic opponent Joe Biden, he was diagnosed with COVID-19. The news came early Friday morning as the president tweeted both he and First Lady Melania Trump had tested positive for COVID-19. The shocking news came with a little over a month left until the general election. American citizens are sounding off to the news of the president's diagnosis.
I was somewhat surprised, just because the president honestly lives in a bubble. Everybody that comes in contact with him is tested all the time. They're tested daily. So I actually was surprised that it was able to get through to him, but not necessarily surprised all that much. It is a virus and it is passing around.
Jason Salzman is the chairman of the Adair County Central Committee for Republicans. When asked about if he thinks the diagnosis will lead the president to enacting a mask mandate, he doesn't think so.
You know, President Trump is really about freedoms. And, we do have a right to wear a mask, but we also have a right to not wear a mask. And I don't really think that they will change on this, and I'm proud to say that he will probably continue on the track that he has been going so far.
Shade Shorten, vice president of the Adair County Democrats, hopes that the president does have a change of heart after joining over 7 million Americans with a COVID diagnosis.
And hopefully maybe going through this on his own is going to shed some light to him about what a lot of Americans have been going through and suffering through. I know at the debate, Joe Biden really honed in on the fact that someone's sitting down to dinner tonight and they're going to sit at a table and there's not going to be someone across from them because they lost that family member to COVID. And I hope that Trump doesn't have a terrible time with this virus, but I hope that it does shed some light and maybe he will enact some more mask mandates or something to keep Americans safer and really tell us and his supporters a lot, because they really listen and cling on to every word he says. If he comes out and he says, we need to take this seriously, I think we're going to see a change in the way a lot of Americans are handling COVID.
Shorten says the diagnosis could be an opportunity for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to prove themselves to voters.
I think Biden's really going to use this to show that he and his running mate Kamala are they're healthy, they're ready to go, they're ready to serve.
And though the Democrats and Republicans don't agree on much these days, President of the Adair County Democrats, Daniel Mandel, brought to light something both parties can agree on.
There's a lot that's unknown now. I mean, things were already in a turmoil, right? Which is unfortunate. And this just puts us into a new realm of uncertainty.
With just 32 days left until the election day, the diagnosis is bound to shake the remaining days of the campaign. Reporting in Kirksville, Crystal Langston, KTVO News.
A fatigued Trump was flown to Walter Reed Military Hospital from the White House about an hour ago out of an abundance of caution. He's expected to remain there for a few days.